Listen up, bro. Top 10 weirdo world leaders. Let's go. Alright, at number 10 we got Jose Mujica. This dude was president of Uruguay, but he's on this list for different reasons than the other guys coming up, because this president was weird in a good way. Nicknamed the poorest president in the world, he donated 90% of his paycheck to charity, which is a certified baller move. My guy just lived a humble lifestyle, growing flowers with his wife at their farmhouse. Look at him, just chilling with his dog. Absolute legend. At number 9 we got Robert Mugabe. As the president of Zimbabwe, this guy was a special one.
I think I'm a special one.
To show who this dude was, we shouldn't talk about what he did, but more what he said. Here's a series of the weirdest Robert Mugabe quotes. If you are ugly, you are ugly. Stop talking about inner beauty, because men don't walk around with x-rays to see inner beauty. Treat every part of your towel nicely, because the part that wipes your buttocks today will wipe your face tomorrow. He who swallows a complete coconut have absolute trust in his anus. Aristotle ain't got shit on this guy. At number 8 we got Saparmurat Niyazov. He's the former president of Turkmenistan, but he was basically a cult leader. He wrote his own Bible that he forced his people to read. Apparently God had told him that anyone who read his book would be guaranteed into heaven, which is great news. This guy seems totally legit. He's so crazy about this book that he even sent it into space. Also, he banned beards for most people. You had to be 70 or older for you to legally have a beard. Mamma mia. At number 7 we got Jean Bedel Bokassa. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Let's test that saying on the former president of the Central African Republic. Yup, checks out, but I'll still give you some facts to go with the picture. It might come as a shock to you, but this guy was obsessed with Napoleon and wanted to be him basically, so he proclaimed himself Emperor of Central Africa. He then held a huge coronation for himself that cost $20 million, which destroyed the country's economy because it was literally a third of their yearly budget. What a great leader. Definitely up there with Napoleon himself. At number 6 we got Kim Jong-un. You already know this dude, the insane dictator of North Korea. He's obsessed with basketball, which makes him cool, and he's even friends with Dennis Rodman. Nice. He's also making his own little girl bands, like for example the band Moran Bong, who we of course all know for their catchy hit songs I Sing in Praise of the Party and My Country is the Best. Amazing independent artist. Also apparently he doesn't pee, like ever, which proves that he's just better than you and me. At number 5 we got Teodoro Obiang, the Prezi of Equatorial Guinea. This guy is a horrible dictator, but what really puts him on this list is his weirdo son, who also happens to be his vice president. Teodoro has let his son spend an insane amount of government money on really smart investments, like a $30 million car collection, a $120 million property in France, and a $3.2 million Michael Jackson memorabilia collection. What the fuck? He's letting his son buy all that shit, whilst more than 70% of the country live in poverty, despite their country being the third richest in Africa. Absolute disgrace. At number 4 we got Francisco Nguema, also a president of Equatorial Guinea. Damn, this country has not had it easy, man. This man was a weirdo in a completely insane way, cause apparently he celebrated Christmas in 1975 by having soldiers of his dress up as Santa and shoot over 100 of his political opponents in a stadium full of people. I don't even need to tell you any more about this guy, you get the idea. At number 3 we got Idi Amin, the brutal leader of Uganda. He's said to have around 500,000 bodies on his conscience, which puts him in fine company with some of the worst war criminals from World War II. This guy was a weirdo too, but in a really brutal way. He has engaged in cannibalism and even had human body parts in his refrigerator, real Patrick Bateman style. He also ordered 4,000 disabled people to be thrown into the Nile to be eaten by crocodiles. If that doesn't scream crazy ass weirdo, then I don't know what does. At number 2 we got Gurbanguly Berdimuhamedov. Wow, definitely nailed that. Now you could probably make a whole video about this dude. He's the Prezi of Turkmenistan and he's an absolute weirdo. First of all, he's really strong, like so strong, dude. Like look here, he lifts a 20 kg bar, so strong. Also he's obsessed with horses and racing cars, and also he DJs.
1, 2, 3, 4.
He basically spends all his time enjoying his hobbies instead of, running the country. He's completely nuts and the weirdest world leader alive. Not of all time though, cause at number 1 we got Kim Jong-il, the daddy of Kim Jong-un. There's so much weird stuff to say about this guy, so I'll just start. He liked eating donkey for some reason, so that's good. He also wrote 6 operas who were reported by independent media to be better than any music created in the history of the world. He was apparently also the greatest golf player the world has ever seen, cause the first time he played a round of golf, he made 11 holes in one, and this was also confirmed by independent North Korean media. He was also a big movie buff and wanted to actually start a North Korean film industry. So the first thing he did was to kidnap a South Korean film director and forced him to make movies, which I must say is a genius business move. Also, he never took a shit in his life. I don't know what's up with the Kim Jongs. Kim Jong-un never peed and his father never shat, like what the fuck is going on? That's the top 10. Did you agree? If you did, that's cool I guess. If you didn't, f*** off. I'll see you in the next one.